What is dominance? In sport, it's a word we use often, but what does it truly mean? Is it a statistic, a win percentage, or is it something more? Is it a feeling, a sense of inevitability, the psychological certainty shared by opponents, fans, and even themselves, that when they walked onto the field, they weren't there just to compete, they were there to win? From the turn of the millennium until 2008, one team in world cricket didn't just win. They conquered. They didn't just play the game, they fundamentally changed it. This wasn't just a great team, it was perhaps the most ruthless, efficient, and complete sporting dynasty ever assembled. But why? It's easy to point to the names: Warne, McGrath, Gilchrist, Ponting, Hayden, Lee. But the story of their greatness isn't just in the superstars. It's in the system. It's in the philosophy. It's in the margins they exploited, the engine room that never failed, and the psychological warfare they perfected. This is the story of how Prime Australia was built, and how they achieved a level of dominance cricket may never see again. To understand the machine, you must first understand its primary weapons. The Australian team of the early 2000s, first under Steve Waugh and then perfected under Ricky Ponting, was built on a core of players who weren't just the best in the world. They were all-time greats, all playing at the same time. The batting was built on a philosophy of relentless, positive aggression. It started at the top, Matthew Hayden and Justin Langer. This wasn't just an opening partnership. It was an interrogation. Hayden, the physically imposing Queensland brawler, averaged over 50 in Test cricket. Langer, the gritty, tough-as-nails warrior, averaged over 45 himself. Together, they opened in 122 Test innings, averaging 51.88 as a pair. They didn't just see off the new ball, they attacked it, demoralizing bowlers from the first over. And if, by some miracle, you got through the top order, your reward was Adam Gilchrist.
Oh, what a shot. Standing up.
His intent from ball one is something that not many players have the confidence and freedom to be able to do.
Before Gilchrist, a wicket-keeper's job was to catch. Batting was a bonus. Gilchrist was a revolution. Coming in at number 7, he was a frontline, world-class, destructive batsman who just happened to also be the best wicket-keeper in the world. In 96 tests, he averaged 47.6. Elite even for a top-order batsman. A test strike rate of 81.9. You fight for 5 hours to take 5 wickets. And then Gilchrist walks in and scores 100 off 80 balls. And at the center of it all, Ricky Ponting. From 2002 when he took the ODI captaincy and 2004 when he inherited the Test team, Ponting was in his absolute prime. He averaged over 51 as Test captain, but numbers don't capture his authority. He was a brutal attacking number 3. His pull shot wasn't just a shot, it was a statement of intent. In the 2003 World Cup final, he calmly dismantled India's attack, scoring 140 not out off 121 balls. He led from the front.
There it is, there's the 100 for Ricky Ponting. What a wonderful performance from him.
And then, the bowlers. It was the greatest bowling partnership in history. Glenn McGrath and Shane Warne, 1,271 Test wickets between them. McGrath, relentless, suffocating accuracy, a metronome that forced mistakes. A Test average of 21.64. He didn't just take wickets, he created collapses. And if McGrath didn't get you, Warne would. The greatest leg spinner ever, a genius, a showman, a master of psychological warfare. He didn't just bowl leg breaks, he told stories, he set traps, he planted doubt, and then he delivered the knockout. 708 Test wickets, and if that wasn't enough, their third seamer was Brett Lee. McGrath suffocated you. Lee terrified you, one of the fastest bowlers in history, regularly over 150 kilometers per hour. He was the enforcer, 310 Test wickets, 380 in ODIs. Having one of these bowlers was luxury. Having all three was unfair. But talent alone doesn't create a dynasty. The West Indies of the 80s had talent. The Australians of the 90s had talent. This team had something else, a system. It began under Steve Waugh, who coined the term mental disintegration. This wasn't just random sledging, it was a team-wide strategy. McGrath would publicly predict whitewashes before a series. Warne would never stop chirping from slip. The fielders closed in, the pressure suffocated. It wasn't just about the ball, it was about invading your mind. And behind that system was a man who'd never played for Australia, John Buchanan. He was quiet, intellectual, unconventional, and revolutionary. His goal wasn't just to win the next match, it was to dominate for a decade. He introduced computer analysis, player dossiers, and borrowed lessons from The Art of War. He brought in specialist coaches, sports psychologists, and made players juggle to improve coordination. He even sent them on military boot camps. He wanted to make them self-sufficient, self-correcting, a machine of excellence, and the results were historic. In tests, they twice won 16 consecutive matches, from 1999 to 2001, and again from 2005 to 2008. In ODIs, they won 21 games in a row in 2003, a streak that included an undefeated World Cup campaign. Even after Shane Warne was sent home before the tournament, they didn't lose a single game. 11 straight wins. Ponting's 140 not out in the final. Martin's 88 with a broken finger. That was their mentality. 4 years later, they did it again in 2007. 11 games, 11 wins. Hayden, the top scorer. McGrath, the top wicket taker. Gilchrist, a match-winning 149 in the final, played with a squash ball in his glove. From 1999 to 2011, Australia didn't lose a single World Cup match. 34 straight wins, unthinkable dominance. But the secret wasn't just the stars. It was the engine room. Damien Martyn, elegant, precise, underrated. Man of the Series in India 2004, ending a 35-year drought. Andrew Symonds, explosive, unorthodox, unstoppable. His 143 not out against Pakistan in 2003 set the tone for the entire campaign. And Andy Beechell, the backup bowler who took 7 for 20 against England in that same World Cup, then scored the winning runs with Bevan. Their bench could win you games. That was the true measure of their greatness. But even the greatest fall, and it's in their defeats that their legend grows. Kolkata, 2001. Laxman's 281, Dravid's 180, Harbhajan's 32 wickets. It ended their first 16-match streak and made them human. Then came the 2005 Ashes. England, led by Vaughan and Flintoff, finally broke through. Ponting's side lost 2-1, but they never broke. Flintoff consoling Lee at Edgbaston. It wasn't just sportsmanship, it was respect. Their response? The ICC Super Series. Australia versus the world Anthins, Lara, Callis, Sehwag, Muralitharan, Pollock. Australia destroyed them. 3 ODIs, all wins. 1 test, won by 210 runs. Warne and McGill, 15 wickets combined. Hayden scored 111. Gilchrist smashed 94. It was total annihilation. And when England came again in 2006 to 2007, 5-0. A whitewash. The ultimate redemption. The perfect farewell for Warne, McGrath, and Langer. So just how good was Ponting's Australia? They had 3 of the highest run scorers in their country's history. 2 of the top 3 wicket takers, a 300-wicket fast bowler, and the greatest wicket-keeper batsman the game has ever seen. They had a coach who turned science, psychology, and philosophy into sport. They had depth that could win world titles. They were undefeated for years, unchallenged by generations. They beat the best in the world. As a warm-up, they weren't just a team, they were an empire. They were the benchmark. They were the very definition of dominance.